You've just moved to Raleigh and family is coming to visit, and you have no idea what to do with them to keep them entertained. Well, this video has you covered. And while I can't cover every scenario and interest, I'll cover a variety of activities for you to choose from. And at the end, I'll give you my ideal weekend itinerary to entertain guests. Starting off, you can't experience Raleigh without experiencing at least some of its amazing parks. Which park you go to, though, greatly depends on the age of your guests, as families may want to do different activities than, say, your elderly parents. Regardless of age, checking out the new Downtown Park in Cary is a must if you're in the area. There are activities for all ages, including a massive playground for the kids. Some weekend nights they have live music playing, and there's even a bar and a fire pit to enjoy. For those wanting to be more active, I would suggest a hike at one of the Umstead Park's many trails, or the Eno River trails in Durham if that's closer. A walk around one of Raleigh's Great Lakes like Shelley Lake or Lake Johnson, or even going kayaking or sunfish sailing out at Lake Crabtree. If you have kids to entertain, Pullen Park has a playground, a carousel and train ride to enjoy, as well as food on site for lunch or snacks. Other parks that are great are Raleigh's Sassafras Playground at Laura Hills, as well as the previously mentioned Downtown Cary Park. And for those who enjoy calmer walks through nature, I would highly suggest Duke Gardens, the J.C. Ralston Arboretum, or on a smaller scale, the WREL Azalea Gardens. Duke Gardens is truly an amazing place, and it's an experience I would highly suggest for those who appreciate the beauty of nature. There are also multiple large lakes for boating in Falls Lake and Jordan Lake nearby where you could rent a boat for the day. And if time allows, you could even take a day trip down to Wilmington to enjoy Wrightsville Beach, which is only a 2-hour drive from Raleigh. Beyond just parks, Raleigh has its fair share of both indoor and outdoor entertainment venues. Starting with the outdoor venues, Fantasy Lake is one of the area's newest and extreme experiences for those who don't mind falling into the water. The floating obstacle course situated in an old rock quarry is a blast and definitely recommended. For kids, both Phillips Farm in Cary and Hillridge Farm in Youngsville are recommended experiences, as they both have a variety of farm-inspired activities that are great for the whole family to enjoy. They also both have hay rides, as well as around holidays have different themed activities to enjoy, like visiting a pumpkin patch. Frankie's Fun Park is an all-around entertainment venue complete with several go-kart tracks, putt-putt, batting cages, arcade games inside, laser tag, and more. And for those who are more extreme, places like Tree Runner Adventure Park or Extreme Park Adventures have fun obstacle courses and zip lines that can accommodate all ages. Tree Runner Adventure Park even has nighttime options. For indoor entertainment, Jaguar Bolera is one of Raleigh's newest experiences that offers great food along with self-serve beer, wine, and a mixed drink taps, and has a variety of games to play such as duck pin bowling, darts, and more. And Strike 'em Barrel in Wake Forest is another fun all-around entertainment venue with a number of indoor games, simulators, and a full-service bar. Party Shack south of Raleigh has a very unique mini golf course that the kids will love, and Raleigh does now have both Drive Shack and Top Golf, which have a ton of different golf-themed games and competitions that make for a great evening out. There are also a number of indoor trampoline and obstacle course parks around Raleigh and its suburbs, such as Urban Air Trampoline Park. And for those looking for a more extreme experience, OC Aerial in Durham has some pretty challenging obstacles. Moving into music, there are a large number of live music options around Raleigh, many of which are free to attend. During the late spring, summer, and early fall months, there are quite a few live music events put on by various shopping centers and suburbs around the area. Raleigh's Live After 5 shuts down Fayetteville Street once a month with live music, food trucks, wine, beer, and more. North Hills has a variety of different music series depending on the time of year that happen sometimes on a weekly occurrence. And even suburbs like Wake Forest have series like Friday Night on White, where they bring in local artists once a month and close the main streets of downtown. These are definitely worthwhile to check out while the family is here. And if you want some music on a larger scale, the Red Hat Amphitheater in downtown Raleigh is a great place to experience a concert, and during the summer has quite a few offerings to choose from. Moving into museums, Raleigh is known as the Smithsonian of the South, as it has some really great museums that are free to attend, even though its famed Smithsonian-affiliated North Carolina Museum of History is actually closed for the next 2 to 3 years for renovations. Next door to the History Museum is the Museum of Natural Sciences, which has been the more entertaining of the two for children. And the NC Museum of Art is also in Raleigh that has some really great exhibits both inside and outside. For kids, Marbles Museum in downtown Raleigh is the go-to interactive kids museum that will keep your children entertained for hours. And in Durham, the Durham Life and Science Museum is such a great place for kids. With a massive outdoor treehouse, live animals along with the dinosaur trail, and it even offers train rides. And if anyone is a major UNC basketball or Michael Jordan fan, the UNC Basketball Museum in Chapel Hill is worth a trip. Moving into sports, this may be an obvious one for those that are sports fans, but attending a Carolina Hurricanes game is definitely a fun experience given the atmosphere. And Durham Bulls AAA baseball games are also great fun for the whole family. And many Friday and Saturday nights, they shoot off a really impressive display of fireworks. And for college sports fans, we have NC State, Duke, and UNC right in our backyards. So catching one of those games, especially if they're playing one another, always makes for an enjoyable experience. Now, Raleigh isn't necessarily known as a mecca of shopping, but there are a few good places to go. Raleigh's main mall is Crabtree Valley Mall, which will have plenty of name brands that you know and love. If you're looking for higher end shopping, both North Hills and Raleigh and Fenton and Cary have plenty of great options, along with some top-notch restaurants to make it an all-afternoon event. The last category to cover involves eating, and I could talk all day about the best places to eat all around the Triangle, but I'll give you some of my favorites here. First off, there are a ton of great restaurants downtown that you can't go wrong with, but I always love recommending the food halls of Morgan Street Food Hall or Transfer Co. Food Hall, as they provide such a great variety of food for everyone to enjoy. And for dessert, visit the Videri Chocolate Factory, which has been nominated for the best chocolate shop in the country. There are also quite a few breweries to check out downtown, such as Y Hill, which has a great view of downtown Raleigh, and Trophy Brewing and Pizza, which is great pizza along with great beer. The Raleigh Beer Garden is another great venue, famous for having the world record for most beers on tap at once, and has a variety of atmospheres to enjoy all in the same place. There's some great barbecue downtown, which Raleigh is famous for, in Clyde Cooper's and Sam Jones Barbecue. And if you're looking for a really neat atmosphere on the fancier side, get reservations to Second Empire, a restaurant built inside a historic-style Raleigh home. I couldn't give a best places to eat without listing Angus Barn, which has the best atmosphere in Raleigh, especially during Christmas. You will need a reservation, but if you're willing to show up right when they open to get on the waiting list, you're usually able to get in within an hour or two. Outside of downtown Raleigh, the Farmers Market is a great place for Southern-style breakfast. North Hills also has some great places like Cowfish, which curiously combines burgers and sushi. The Capitol Grill for fancier occasions, and Chewy's Mexican restaurant is a great place for kids as they can run around in the adjacent open field before or after dinner. So those are just some of my suggestions for entertaining family when they come to visit. But here is my ultimate itinerary for visitors, both with and without kids. I would start out on a Friday night heading out to downtown Cary to eat some dinner at DeFara Pizza or Pizzeria Felici, and then walking over to downtown Cary Park to enjoy the park at night. On Saturday, I would suggest heading to Morgan Street Food Hall in downtown Raleigh for lunch, and then checking out the Museum of Natural Sciences that is also downtown. If you have young kids, you could consider going to Marbles Museum downtown instead. Then head over to Jaguar Bolera to eat, drink, and play some duckpin bowling. If you want some dessert, check out Andia's ice cream that's also right there at Raleigh Iron Works. On Sunday, grab brunch at the State Farmers Market, and then take a walk at Lake Johnson. Or if you have kids, go to the nearby pool and park. I'll pull together some shorts with more example itineraries that cater to more specific situations. I'm Allison Warnerowski, and thank you for watching. We'll see you in the next video.